Find out more about Jesus. We may not speak or understand many languages, but we know that the Holy Spirit equips us to connect with people in other ways. Amazingly, we are God's hands and feet and mouth to further His mission. Today, how might we, with the Spirit's help, reach out to someone unlike us? We hope these daily programs inspire you to go deeper in studying God's Word. For additional resources and encouragement, download the Our Daily Bread ebook and mobile app. Prefer a print copy? We'll gladly send one your way for no cost or obligation. Visit getodbtoday.org. Today's encouragement is provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Do you have difficulty driving at night? Do colors seem faded? Do you see glare and halos around light? Cataracts occur when proteins clump together in the eye's lens and interfere with light passing through to the retina. This causes a progressive clouding of the eye's natural lens, resulting in blurred vision and sensitivity to light. Not sure if you have cataracts, but your vision seems to be getting worse? Trust an eye specialist for your medical eye exam. Dr. Hyder is an expert in cataracts. He will fix your cataracts and give you the option of getting rid of your glasses. Listen to what his patients think.
Dr. Hayter is excellent at what he does. He's a great doctor, and more importantly, he's a great human and a man of good faith.
It feels like a shade was removed from my eyes. Everything is brighter and clearer.
Call today and schedule a consultation at the Louisville office or Elizabethtown. 2 offices, 1 great vision. Call today, 502-883-1015. That's 502-883-1015.
This is Bob Burney, and I want to invite you to what is being called the greatest night ever. The Tuesday night session of the Southern Baptist Annual Convention will be entirely devoted to prayer, and I have the privilege of hosting a recap of this powerful evening. Don't miss this incredibly significant event that will be aired on this station as a result of a partnership between the Southern Baptist Convention and the Salem Media Group.
Listen right here on WFIA Saturday noon to 2 and Sunday 1 to 3.
You're listening to Just Ask Joyce on WFIA, The Spirit.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It is Election Selection 2016. We have Garrett Sivaking, and what a privilege it is to have him on the show. I know that many of you appreciate the quality of information and education and preparation that you are getting on this show by way of Garrett. Listen, I am a novice at this, but I feel much more prepared because of Garrett's expertise that he has been bringing to us all year long. And I just pray that you are as grateful as I am about that. And, let him know. Send him an email at electionselection@icloud.com or, tag him send him a message on Facebook, Election Selection at Facebook, and then on Twitter it's Select. All right, I get it all right.
And speaking of Twitter, though, because we got a tweet a few minutes ago that was asking me about polls that people are asking. Some media organizations are saying that polls that they released today include samples after the terrorist attack, and they were wanting to know because a lot of these polls show Hillary gaining and some different things, and they're wanting to know, is that real? Well, first of all, it's not, in the sense that I'm sure that those poll numbers are real, the sample that they got. But polling as far as after the incident, with it being just since Sunday morning, a responsible and fair and correct poll will not come out until either the end of this week or the next.
Okay.
You cannot create a responsible and fair sample of a cross-section of the electorate in that short a period of time and ask those complex questions.
Okay.
Because
I had seen 2 different, I'm like, okay, so which one do I believe?
Right.
Already just today.
Yes. And by the way, for those, I'm getting a lot of tweets and a lot of messages from Trump supporters who are saying, I don't understand this. Well, first of all, you have to remember, Hillary Clinton, these polls, in my opinion, show a boost for Hillary Clinton from the fact that she became the presumptive Democratic nominee. These are the first polls that did not include Bernie Sanders as well.
So it's expected to rise, right?
Yes, it is an expectation. Okay. Just as I expect that you will see a boost among the party faithful. You will see a boost following this attack among party faithful Republicans for Donald Trump and party faithful Democrats for Hillary Clinton. The one thing that you will see right off the bat is that the party faithful who were undecided will begin to make decisions. I also think that you might see a boost maybe for someone in one of the third-party candidates following this, seeing as that you've had a crisis. But the actual effects of these decisions and then the polls will not be reflective for the next few weeks. You will start to see those changes. So polling, don't always buy into the whole thing that it's this is a boost for this reason. It cannot be contributed to that this close to the event.
Okay. All right, so don't buy the lie yet. You know, I mean, let's listen to Garrett. I think Garrett is not going to steer us wrong.
Yeah.
And so I have learned to reserve my incitement and excitement until I talk to Garrett. I have done that, and so I'll text Garrett or call him or touch base with him on Facebook or Twitter and say, okay, so how should I feel about this because I'm not feeling so good.
Yes.
But I can tell you another thing that I didn't feel well, and I know that I'm going to. And here's my thing: I don't want to offend anyone. I am not disrespecting the office of the President of the United States, but I am incensed by the President's, if you call it a speech, about radical Islam the other day. I mean, listen, this man showed more anger, and I'll just say Trump was right on that one. He called it. He showed more anger toward Trump and the NRA than he did toward this vile gunman who killed our Americans. I didn't hear any sympathy, or at least not to the measure that I felt like should have come from our president about that. I mean, there was more angst in his voice, toward Trump, and not trying to annihilate him and debunk his platform about this. And I was, it showed me or validated my feelings about how he has felt about America all along. It's not really his best interest, America.
Well, the thing as a strategist that really came after these attacks for me was, number one, great responses from Governor Rick Scott of Florida, Senator Bill Nelson, and Senator Marco Rubio.
They were.
I mean, they were on point. By the way, the fact that my biggest complaint right now with President Obama is that he has yet to call Governor Rick Scott.
I know.
Which I think is a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing.
It's insensitive, it's disrespectful, and it mocks in the face of America.
Yeah, this governor is one of the largest states in the union.
We're worried about Trump representing America, and Obama is a joke to America right now. That's my opinion. Maybe you have one. 571-2428, 571-CHAT. Give me a call.
WFIA, The Spirit.
Babies are being saved in Louisville thanks to your support of a Woman's Choice Resource Center. Continue that support and join us Monday, July 11th for the 2016 Rick Bordas Scramble for Life, sponsored by Inside Connect Cable at the beautiful Lake Forest Country Club in eastern Jefferson County. Help support life in our community and enjoy a great day of golf. Register online at awclifesavers.org or call 502-569-0494.
Now that the weather has been more conducive to opening the windows, I'm reminded of how much I love my Window World windows. With the greatest of ease, I gently lift and ta-da, my windows are open. With my other model windows, I had to push and bang and struggle and sometimes had to wait on the hubby to open them for me. But not anymore. Oh, and did I mention they're beautiful? I'll stand by that guarantee. Call Window World today, 502-671-7777. That's 671-7777. And visit them online at windowworldlouisville.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisements. Services may not be available in all states. Attention women. New evidence shows that talcum powder products such as Johnson & Johnson's baby powder and shower to shower may cause ovarian cancer. If you or a loved one use talcum powder and were diagnosed with ovarian cancer, call 800-401-3160 right now. You may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Recently, Johnson & Johnson was ordered to pay $72 million in damages to the family of a woman who died of cancer she said was caused by the company's talcum powder. The jury found that Johnson & Johnson knew that these products could cause cancer and failed to warn consumers. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed with ovarian cancer, call 800-401-3160. You may be entitled to cash compensation. Time is limited. Call 800-401-3160 now. Our toll-free phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-401-3160. That's 800-401-3160. 800-401-3160.
Dad, I'm really afraid of what's happening with the economy. There's too much civil unrest, too much terrorism, and unstable global markets. I'm tired of riding the ups and downs of the market. It reminds me of 2008. I was caught off guard then. How do I prepare for the worst now? What'll I do if the dollar collapses?
You gotta stop worrying, son, and take action. It's time to think about a precious metals private storage IRA or an investment in silver with the Gold Silver Group. Like I said before, you insure your house, your car, your kids, and your life. Don't you think it's time to insure your wealth?
Call Gold Silver Group at 800-943-0829. Learn how easy it is to set up your own precious metals private storage IRA and how you can qualify for up to $700 in free silver. Gold Silver Group can satisfy any of your precious metals investment needs. Receive your gold and silver fully insured and privately delivered to your door. Call Gold Silver Group, 800-943-0829. 800-943-0829. You're listening to Just Ask Joyce on WFIA, The Spirit.
Were you on the fence? Were you on the fence before this Orlando shooting and, you just didn't know who you were going to vote for, and now have you fallen one way or the other? You now know who you're going to vote for? If you're still on the fence, you should be making some decisions real soon because we need to. 571-2428, 571-CHAT. Roger, thanks so much for calling in.
Yeah, thank you. I have a statement just for the general panel, and it's at what time does someone become radicalized? And let me paraphrase on that. Is you're born in Islam, you grow up in the whole entire religious/political movement of that, and then all of a sudden you just decide that, hey, you're radical now and you're going to go kill. And then we don't know how to vet.
Right.
And I'm like, for Trump is stop all until we figure this out and then destroy ISIS because they want to destroy our way of life. And I think this guy was radical when they decided to bring him in. He was radical, and then somehow or another he got that message or phone call, says, okay, go do your thing, and he got that from ISIS and went and did it. It's like going back to the World Trade Center.
Right.
That wasn't a thing that they decided to do Monday, and then Tuesday they stole the planes or hijacked the planes and crashed it. These are all planned.
There were some plans, but he's an American citizen. He was actually born here. His mother and father are
from
Afghanistan, and that's who should have been vetted. And of course, from what I understand, Roger, they even he has like television programs and radio programs that go out.
He was an Afghanistan politician.
Right. Yes. And, so why are you here? Why are they here? That would be my question. Why are they here?
That's what I'm getting there.
Right.
If we have groups that are composed of Americans and they considered, FBI going after them, and it's considered like, say, for the KKK, for example, they got hate speech. They go after them. They stop them. Okay, why is it that this group is allowed to say anything they want to in the mosque here? They can teach the things about killing the infidel, and yet that's allowed. I just don't understand that. Where is our government, especially the joke that's in the White House, why are they not protecting the American people?
Well, for one thing, on the issue of Trump's ban on Muslims, it's unconstitutional. What he's being perceived as doing, he cannot do. However, when he says that he wants to extra vet or to stop immigration from areas that are radicalized, where ISIS is present, say Syria or Iraq, that is permissible, and it's very much easy to do.
That's what I've heard him.
Yeah,
kind
and he's
of
tried to move
to.
for that.
Right.
He just needs to quit saying the first part of the statement and go on to the other, because I don't think he means the first part of the statement, and it's misconstrued to that central. But when you were talking about the radicalization, there's a clear point of radicalization, and we do have people here. First of all, ISIS is people think that ISIS is something that is ragtag group of people that are not organized. ISIS is extremely organized.
Yes.
And they use social media to recruit people.
Very
they
well.
use media, and they have magazines and newspapers. They have a government. They have a finance system.
They have a bunch of our money.
That's
to
exactly.
do this.
Well, and they have a bunch of military equipment that was left there.
Right.
That's part of the problem. They have a very sophisticated, and they have done very, very well in inspiring Western, even non-Muslim